How's it, Indian Cowboy? This is your live show for Tuesday, September the 6th, for Wednesday, September 7th games. Hope you guys are doing well. Toss me your games that you want to talk about for this week or tomorrow or this weekend, and I will get to all of your games. We'll get to we'll jump on here for for 15 minutes or so, and then toss me your games that you want to talk about, and I'll be happy to discuss those games, and it'll be a lot of fun. So go ahead and send your games to me, and we'll discuss them. And let me see how my Orioles are doing today. Not that I root for the Orioles. I am rooting for the Orioles tonight, though. And they were up 6-5 last time I checked, and they ended up winning 9-6. So that's exciting. Maybe I should have made that a 7-unit play today. But we missed our free play today. That kind of sucks. But 5-1 free play run, 11-4. That's pretty good. So, hey, Lewis, good to see you. Caples, best pleader, good to see you. How's the NFL wins totals? Thank you for everything I see. Of course, man. So the NFL win totals, I'll have it for you tomorrow. Okay? I'll have it for you tomorrow. Lewis, let's start off with game number one here on my Alabama Crimson Tide. So Alabama here playing Texas as a 20.5 point favorites. And of course they're playing because, Nick Saban is facing his former coach and Steve Sarkisian. Alabama comes off a cool 55-0 win over Utah State and did not give up a point. Go figure. They were mad at that UGA loss, probably 18-33. Texas comes off a nice 52-10 thumping of Louisiana Monroe as Steve Sarkisian looks to be finding his feet wet and comfortable in his second season there. 70% of the public's on the over, which is interesting considering the total's pretty high. Alabama didn't give up a point last game, but they're going to give up some points here, I suspect. And 20.5 seems like a low total. But the funny thing is, Alabama's a 3-touchdown favorite over Texas, who's ranked 22nd. Nick Saban traditionally does very, very well against his former assistants. So I suspect Alabama is going to do well here. I'm surprised not a lot of people in the public are taking Texas, even though they're ranked like 23rd in the nation. And but these are these are the non-conference games that Alabama really, really does well traditionally. I want you to note that Texas win was a 52-10 win over Louisiana Monroe. It was 24-3 at half, and then Texas, of course, took off in the next game. Louisiana Monroe actually had 92 rushing yards, 167 passing yards. But Texas didn't rush as much as you'd think for. They only rushed for 134 yards. Obviously the quarterback went 16 for 24, but he had 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. I think he's going to struggle here. Obviously, you have an Alabama defense that's going to get up to play Texas. They're hungry for a big win. And then obviously Nick Saban wants to thump this team because then every time Texas wins, it is to his advantage because he would have crushed this team. I want you to note that Alabama, Bryce Young threw for 5 touchdowns, went 18 for 28. And then you got to give some credit to Milroe as well, 8 for 10. I think there's only one way to go here, and I think the public, it says to me that 75% is on Alabama, but I don't think so. I think more people are probably on Texas than what it's saying there. I'll take Alabama, the Crimson Tide here. I want you to know that Alabama is 4-0 ATS in their last 4 non-conference games. They're traditionally very good in non-conference games. And the Longhorns, at the end of the day, are 1-4 ATS versus a team with a winning record. I got to go with Alabama, even though they're public favorites here. Okay? So game number 1 is going to be on Alabama. I also have a small lean on the over, but I'll give you the side as the lean there. Hey, Caples, good to see you, man. Talking about the Brewers here. Caples wants to talk about the Brewers, so let's talk about them tomorrow. By the way, any one of these are subject to change prior to Thursday when our football card comes out, but this is our current lean right now, okay? So don't mistake me too much there. But it's our current lean right now, but anything can change. So you have Milwaukee here, who comes off a nice 6-4 win on the 5th. What about the 6th? How is Milwaukee, Colorado? So it's tied 6-all. So that's going to depend on what happens there in that game. But the public likes the under between these two very good pitchers. How is Colorado doing? Colorado is what? They've lost 8 of 10, 4-6, 0-10, 2-3 last 3 games. Note that Colorado has gone under 4 of 5 games lately, though this game has gone over. Eric Lauer here pitching. How's he been doing? How's he done against Colorado? He pitched against them and went 4-6-4, and he lost. Or I'm sorry, he beat them, but he didn't pitch well. 6-6-2 against Arizona for him, so he's on a bounce back. He faced Chicago 5-6-4, not good. Faced the Dodgers, went 5-5-0. He's probably going to pitch pretty well here, coming off of a loss. He traditionally pitches well off of a loss, especially coming off -112 favorite. So you have Lauer, who's on a bounce back. That makes sense. You have Kyle Freeland here. How's he done against Milwaukee? He went 7-4-0, and he shut him out last time. So you're gonna have Colorado with the revenge, but Lauer went 5-8-1 against the Reds and lost, and he went 5-4-2 against the Mets and lost. He's coming off back-to-back losses for him. So, but he beat Milwaukee with 2 hits last time. So Milwaukee has revenge. But Lauer's on a bounce back, 4.75 ERA. And then you have Eric Lauer, who's on a bounce back. And he beat this team last time too. It's a tough game, man. I mean, if I had to pick, Freeland's actually quite a good pitcher, but he dominated last time. So I'd have to think, but he comes off nearly a season high in hits at 8. The previous time he gave up 10. I'm hoping if Milwaukee loses tonight, and Lauer is coming off a loss, right? Lauer is coming off 6-6-2 against Arizona. Very good pitcher, though. He has had some really good starts, 5-4-1 against Boston. But he did beat Colorado, but he struggled against them in this very place. Yeah, I would go with Colorado. I'm sorry, I would go with Milwaukee here. I think Lauer's coming off a bounce back. I understand Freeland is coming off a bounce back too, but he went 7 innings, 2 hits, and no runs against this team last time. And I really like Milwaukee if they lose tonight. But they're up 7-6 at the top of the 10th right now. My current lean would be Milwaukee, but it's not a huge, massive lean by any means. Okay. So game number 1 is Alabama. Game number 2 is the Brewers. KC next. Yeah, win totals for NFL coming out tomorrow for you. Okay. Hey, best pleader, good to see you. D-backs and Padres, sure. Let's see. The game goes off at 8:40. Diamondbacks plus 188 dog from what I can tell. Darvish on the mound. Diamondbacks actually playing pretty well. I mean, they're only 4 games back from 500. They haven't quit on the season. They're already going to be middle of the pack, so what's the point? By the way, you guys like my cup? You guys might like it. Food, friends, and football. Little family gift. But Arizona coming off a 5-0 win over San Diego. It's kind of embarrassing for San Diego. They took 2 of 3 from Milwaukee, too. They took 2 of 3 from Philadelphia, too. Arizona's playing well. What is the game today for Arizona? Have they documented that game? Is that here? No, let me find out here. They're up 5-0 again. They beat them 5-0. So now Arizona's about to beat this team in back-to-back games. That's ugly. San Diego coming off. It's going to be about 4 straight losses now. It sucks for them. 1-12, 4-9, 0-5. So now you have Arizona playing really well. San Diego have 3 straight losses. Tommy Henry here. Has he pitched against Arizona? I'm sorry. Has he pitched against San Diego? He has not. He went 4.87, one of his worst starts ever in a game they lost 2-18. Prior to that, you had gone 5-4-1 against Chicago, 5-6-1 against St. Louis, 5-5-3 against Colorado, 7-4-1 against Pittsburgh. So he comes off also a season high in walks, so he's going to be super motivated. I understand the Padres are coming off 4 straight losses. But Darvish here on the mound, he faces an Arizona team that he went 7-5-3 and beat him last time, coming off an unbelievable 7-2-0 start against the Dodgers, 7-5-3 against Kansas City, 8-5-3 before that. But he typically doesn't put back-to-back elite performances. He went 6-1-0 against the Dodgers before, but then immediately against Pittsburgh, he went 6-8-3, and the game went over. So the 2 things that I like here, I actually like Arizona a decent amount, and I also like the over too. What's the public's on the under? Yeah, so I like Arizona plus the 1.5, maybe even plus the 2. And I also like the over. Which one do I like more? I don't know. It depends on if Tommy Henry, the young kid, can hang tough. right? Or if he's going to just blow a gasket like he did last game. Um, but I think Arizona can get up, and I think Darvish has a letdown. I like Arizona plus the 2, and I like the over about the same for what it's worth. Okay. Um, hey, Big Wig, good to see you here. Um, so bless everyone. Hey, Shavoy, good to see you, man. Big Wig. Okay, yeah, the Yankees game. So the Yankees game, uh, looks like it's a 3:05 game, right? It's a double header actually. I'll tell you you have Domingo German. I'll talk about the 3:30 game because of the pitchers are already up. As far as the Yankees today, uh, they were postponed, right? So yeah, so they're playing tomorrow. So you have Joe Ryan and Garrett Cole. Joe Ryan. So Minnesota actually is 3 games above 500, losing 2-5 in their last game. Lost 4 of 5. Their offense has been abysmal. Do they bounce back coming off a 2-5 loss? Yankees coming off a nice 5-2 win and 2-1 win, but they hadn't been playing well prior to it. But they had that great streak going in. And that's why they were able to pull this, be where they're at least. Domingo German hasn't pitched against Minnesota this year. Went 6-6-2 against Tampa Bay. Um, Coming off a loss. We went 7-3-0 against Oakland, but his team lost as a -223 favorite. 6-4-1 against the Mets. I mean, he's pitching really, really well. 6-5-1 against Boston. Um, he's coming off a season high in hits as well. So I like the Yankees a decent amount there. Even though you have Minnesota coming off a loss, has Joe Ryan pitched against the Yankees this year? He has not. 5.85 against Boston, 6-2-0 against San Fran, 6-2-2 against Texas. Coming off 2 home runs in his last game too. He's going to bounce back. Yeah, I like the under a good bit here between the Yankees and the Minnesota in the first game. It's actually the game that I like maybe the most so far. Yankees, Minnesota. I also like, of course, Alabama too, but that seems like a very, very public play. Yeah, so far out of these games, I like the Yankees and Minnesota under the most. I know sometimes you guys want me to say what I like the most out of these 5 or 6 leans that we give you for what it's worth. Moving on here, Cleveland and Kansas City for tomorrow. This might be the last game we get to. So I don't have a pitcher for Cleveland. Correct me if I'm wrong. Therefore, I am not going to talk about that game. It's no fun when you don't know the opposing pitcher. You know what I mean? I'll just make sure here to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Well, I stand correct. No. Yeah, let's see. Cleveland, Kansas City. Yeah, as far as I know, I don't have a pitcher there, so I'm gonna wait on that. Okay. Giants versus Titans game, sure. So Giants Titans. Again, this can change after a football card comes out Thursday night at 6 o'clock. But after that, all of my leans are firm after that. The total is 43.5. Titans favored by 5.5 here. People favoring the under. I actually am pretty high on the Giants this year. I think people are not respecting the Giants enough, and I think Jones is actually going to be a pretty decent quarterback this year, considering that he's on the clock. Giants only scored 7 and 3 points in the last 2 games as well against Washington and Chicago. I know the expectations are super high for Tennessee, but I like the Giants actually a decent amount, and I think they're going to play better. If you take a look at the Giants roster, you'll see a couple things. You'll see that Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley as well, but obviously you have Thibodeau as well. You have Tony and Robinson, and it's a great public fade too. So if the Giants can remain healthy, and remember who's the hold on a second. Yeah, you have a head coach in Brian Daboll, right? He's actually a very talented head coach. He used to be the offensive coordinator at Alabama, and then he went to the Buffalo Bills. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants hung in there. I like the Giants actually a decent amount here, plus the 5.5. It'll probably be +6 by game time. So take a look at that. Remember, Titans are only 1-5 under Vrabel in their last 6 games in Week 1 as well. So I like the Giants a decent amount there as well. All right, my friends. The stars are in Hollywood, sharps are in the shed, squares in the mat, the glass locks are in Home Depot. The steam. Love all these sports betting. Love it, man. That's awesome, Wes. Brandon, I will have a deeper football video later in the week. Okay. So we try to just do 5 games and keep it at 15 minutes. So keep it sharp here. But I will definitely have some college football and some other thoughts. But I can tell you that I like the New York Giants if that helps you. And I'll get to some other games as well later in the week. Wake Forest -12. We'll talk about that. Gotcha. You jinxed it today. Free play. Rams money line for Thursday Night Football. Click the keyboard, bro. That's when you're on fire. What's up, bro? No more WNBA consensus. We will, Nuna. We'll get back to posting the consensus on WNBA. New Orleans ready to make a big Sunday. Nice, man. Thanks, Icy. Keep on winning. Thursday Night Football. I missed it. No, Thursday Night Football, we might actually have a play on it. My original lean was on the over in that game and another live show. We're probably going to have a premium selection on it, so I might stay away from talking about it too much. But let me give you a recap on what we did today. We're at the 15-minute mark. I like the Yankees, Minnesota under. It's probably what I like the most. I like Alabama in college football. I like the Milwaukee Brewers tomorrow. I like Arizona Diamondbacks plus the 2. I also like the over there. And I like the New York Giants plus the 5.5 this weekend for this live show that we try to keep between 15 and 17 minutes or so. Any update on YouTube Premium? Hey, Sandeep. Yeah, we're working on YouTube and trying to correct it. And we just need to make some changes for them. And we're looking forward to bringing it back soon. So hope that helps, guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Feel free to re-listen to this at any time. It's like a recorded podcast on your drive home or something. Hope you guys are doing wonderful. I'll see you tomorrow on the daily video. Take care.